Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my basement and welcome to Fenton Forest Farm. While you were away, I decided for myself that it wouldn't be too much hybris, that I decided to lime all the fields. I limed the last field while you were away, and right now we are, as you can see, plowing this field here, field 1, and we're going to plow field 2. I'm not sure we're going to get to both the fields in this episode here, but at least we're going to get started. I'm also not sure that we're going to get done with this field here before night falls and we're going to get some sleep. And then we can also check out to see how much money we got from our greenhouses. Now, one of the things, like I said, I really like about Stevie's maps is that he has really thought about that kind of thing, that we have these greenhouses so that we can get some income fairly early in the game. It's not much, but it's there, and hopefully it's more than we pay for our buildings and such. Now, one of the things I really like in FS19 compared with 17 is that you don't pay a daily fee for having your equipment anymore. So if you have a tractor, then it is basically up to you how much and how many times you want to service it. Maybe I should just get that last part done also. Like that. Alright. Let's turn it around. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Now obviously we can go inside the tractor and then I can turn off the guidance steering, the actual guidance steering. Obviously I'm using the, well, I think even outside it is doable that you use the guidance steering, but if you sort of get lost, you can always enable it again and then it will automatically get you situated as you should be. Alright, so I'm also debating a little bit with myself whether we should take, or I should take an extended loan and then buy the piggies right now, the animals right now. I'm not sure about that, but we should have enough crops. Let's check that out when we have slept. So we should have enough crops that we can feed the animals for some time, especially if I decide to only go for 10 animals or something like that. The pigs really don't need that much food. I actually think that maybe 20 pigs would be more okay. I'm not sure. We're going to take a look at that when we get to that point. Obviously, I think that if you buy the pigs right now, they're going to cost a little bit more up front. But I think it's worth it, because then we can also get the animals. We can also get the animals going right away instead of having to wait. But we're going to have to check out the prices to see whether we are buying the pigs at the somewhat at the best point in time, the best time to buy pigs, or the very worst time to buy pigs. We're going to have to check that. So I think, no, not that. I was about to fold it together. I think we're going to go for some sleep when it's 19 o'clock, 1900. Oh. Did I even pull it out? Apparently not. Let's just engage the autopilot as well. Yeah, one of the things that you can perhaps tell me is that I'm not sure. I think you call it an autopilot, but I'm not sure whether that is correct. I can tell you this much. In Denmark, we call it a fartpilot. And no, it's not a fart pilot. But if you roughly translate it, it would be a velocity pilot or a speed pilot, something like that. So yeah, that's how it is named. But please, if I want to ask you this question: do you really just call it a autopilot, or does it have other names in the US? Can it be called a speed pilot or something like that? Yeah, that's the question. So let me say right now, I am very inclined for going to the latter option, that when we have the time tomorrow, perhaps I mean tomorrow in the game, of course, perhaps before we finish plowing, we go and buy those animals. I'm deeply inclined for doing so, but I also need to have sort of a rough idea how much money I'm going to spend on it. So we're going to check the prices on piggies and all those things. I think for in the next pass we might be able to go and check those prices. So yeah. No, wrong button again. Like that. So let's see. We may be able to get an idea inside here how much we're going to pay. Let's see. Well, we can see when it is, if it's the best or the worst time. So I think it's a Dorset sheep. Well, that is definitely not the best time for us to be buying them, but it's also not the worst. The worst would be somewhere around here, middle of spring. So the pig we're going for is the, I think it's the Yorkshire. That would be okay to buy it here. The best time to buy it would be over here in late autumn, but I'm not going to wait that long. I think it's the Dorset. I'm not sure whether it's the Dorset or Merino. That is one of these sheeps are definitely wool sheeps, and that is what I'm going to go for. I'm not going to go for meat sheeps. So you can if you don't, like I've said this a couple of times now, if you haven't seen my video on how to treat your animals and how to take care of your animals in FS19 using seasons, then go watch that video. I would say, of course, but I am the one that made it, that it is filled with all sorts of nice little details and nice... I've sprinkled it with little bits of knowledge and little bits of wisdom, perhaps, that I think that you could that you as an person interested in FS19 and perhaps even you're playing the game, I think you would find that useful knowledge. So yeah, I think you should go check it out. I'm going to put a link up here in the corner of the screen, so you can go check it out for yourself. Now I will warn you that the animal video, it is a bit long. I would actually say it's very long, and that is why I have I've split it up in two parts. So the one part is sort of the basic knowledge that I think you need in order to get started with animals in Seasons 19, in FS19 using Seasons 19. Sorry, Siri is really interested in talking with me right now. The other part, the other video is more of sort of a walkthrough of almost an entire year with the animals. How much do we need to feed them every season? How much money are they worth? When will the cows produce milk? And when will you get wool? All those things. So you're basically going through almost, well, it is an entire year actually, but you don't end where you start. So I think you start in summer and then you end in spring. But yeah, go check out that video, and if you find it useful, then please give it a thumbs up. That always helps me. Yeah. But other than that, the reason is that then I don't have to explain all the things in this video again, actually. But to say it short, your animals will only produce certain things at certain times of the year. Now the cows will produce milk as they have given birth to a calf. The pigs, I think, will, after what I've seen, produce new pigs, I would say, pretty much all year round. The sheep will only produce wool at a certain part of the year. I think it's perhaps in autumn and winter. I'm not sure about that. When they will produce most wool. Maybe I should have asked my parents-in-law, my father-in-law, for that, because he actually holds sheep, so he knows what when they produce. When they produce most wool. I just seem to recall that they usually get them, I'm not sure what you call it, cut, shaved, in autumn, around that time area. So yeah, let's get these fields plowed, and then I'm going to, it's pretty late here, so I'm going to make that my final video of this session here. Now let me just clarify something. When I say the last video of a session, it means that I make all of these videos, not all of them of course, but a good portion of them in one row. So in one row I'm going to make 4 videos of 30 minutes length, perhaps 2 videos, something like that, depends. And then I'm going to sort of continuously edit them and then put them out on YouTube. Now obviously I could put them out at 1 day's interval, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I haven't decided that for myself yet. Oh yes, one thing more we need to buy that I didn't think of at the moment, but we don't need it right now, so I think we're going to wait until we need it. But that is that disc harrow. We need it for all the fields where we plant something that doesn't need to be plowed over. Yeah, let's check what we have to do, give the piggies. So obviously you have already figured out by now, just make sure that we are almost at the end of the field, so let's just run that course. And then we're going to stop plowing and go for the house and get a little bit of rest. So yeah, but let's go check out how much we got of the different crops that we need to feed the piggies. And of course the sheeps, well, we can just buy hay and give that to them, or buy grass for that matter. So we don't need to concern ourselves with that too much. I think it's must be this one. Of course I did that, but it seems that it worked out pretty much in case. Alright, so let's turn off the light like that. And let's go check out the things that we have right now. So let's see, we have 26,150 liters of wheat. We have 12,000 liters of barley. We have some canola. We actually have some, no, sorry, that's, sorry, that's oat. We have some canola. We have some sunflower. We have some soybeans. We have some corn. So we do have pretty much everything that we need in order to feed the piggies. Yeah, we don't have any cotton, and we can't even sell cotton anywhere here. Yeah, we can. But we don't have any. We don't have any cotton. Because we don't store it anywhere, we get it as pallets or bales. I'm not sure what? We do have milk to sell? That's a bit surprising. And we have some chaff. No, this is wood chips. Is this milk train station milk? Let's see. Apparently we have milk. Alright, let's go to the house and get a little bit of rest. Let me see. Animal supplies. Where are we? We're here. This is our farmhouse. Space for visit. Let's go inside and get a little bit of rest. And just see, it was 19, so 20, 21, 22, 23, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to be 12, 13 hours. So let's say 12 hours. Let's see what we get for money, and let's see what we get. So we get, yeah, you can see we get money. we get a surplus. So we pay 1,317. Let's just count that together. No, we should be able to see it in our financial transcript. Something. Yeah. So we get 2,706 in property income. No, it's over here. So 4,853. Now we bought some land or something like that, so that's going to be a minus, but we do get a surplus, so that's pretty okay. Loan interest, we pay some loan interest. Yeah, so we do get surplus money, which is, well, obviously good, because then we at least don't go broke. Let's start up and plow. Plow. No. Let's just go check. Let me see. Piggies. There. Visit. Alright, so I'm not going to buy them this way, but I'm going to check out the prices. So I think it's over here somewhere. Then we can also see how many piggies we can hold, whether we should go buy them. So right now we can buy a Yorkshire 828, and we want 16,560. All right. So we know that, and we certainly have money for that, and we have something that we can up. We can feed them. Now this is the piggies coop. The chicken coop. And this is the 250 we can hold. I forgot to see that. So I think I'm going to go for the merino. But I'm not sure whether we get something for extra sheep from those. Yeah, we do. I think we do. Well, at least, sorry, merino. 423, and we want 10 of those. That is 4,230. Now let's say, what if we wanted 20 sheep instead? So it's 16,000 for both kind of animals. I think that's manageable. So let's do that right now. Let's go buy some aminals. Because then we can use the entire year to get those fed up and, well, you know, turn on the light. because we are good citizens. Let's go. Can we extend this some ways? No. The Aminal dealer. Yeah, I think it's over here. And then we just have to back up the trailer. Like that. Let me see if we can hold all the different kind of animals at once. Actually, we should back it over there, but never mind. Alright, so the one we wanted was the Berkshire. Let's say we want 20 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's wrong. We wanted 10 of those, yeah. See if we can take some, then it was the Dorset, no, Merino. Let's see if we can take 20. Alright, so we can't do that. We can only get the piggies, so let's do that first. And then go back with those. So it should be somewhere around here that we empty out the little pigs. Like that. But first, we need to place the pump. I think it's the... Yes, there it is. So we're going to move. Alright, so we can... yeah, we can do this all the way around. Yeah, la 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 la. We can have 450 piggies, so that is some. And they're going to get watered right away. Now, alright, let me just say this right now. Dear Arthur Chapman, if you watch this video, and I really hope that you do, and of course this is not the water. Nevertheless, this is the water trough here. Alright, so let's waste some money by moving it. Let's just check I didn't place it the wrong at the sheep piece now that we're at it. See, this is the... No, this is the water trough. It shouldn't make a real difference, but it just looks better. See if they've gotten water. Yeah, alright. Let's just waste some money. So it should be over here. And this is the water trough. Yeah. And let's place it there. And let's go for the garage and let's find the water pumps that we have. And let's sell one of them. Maybe this. So, see if we can find the right one. This should be the wrong one. But yes. Alright. So, dear Arthur Chapman, as you can see, my piggies now have water. Let's go into the animal thingy here. So 100% cleanliness, water, straw, blah blah blah. They don't have anything else. We need to give them some food. So let's do this right now before we... Wow, they can survive. But the thing is, when you place this water pump down here, it is going to check something around every 15 minutes or something like that, whether you have water in your trough or not, and obviously also in that sense whether you have animals, because if you don't have any animals, I don't think it's going to fill it up. The point being, dear Arthur, if you start a game and you place that pump and you set your time, as I did in the start of my videos here, to 0, that is essentially you have paused the game, you have paused the time, that is, you can still play, but the time is not running. Then it will not fill up your trough. But on the other hand, your animals won't die. Because, well, time is not going. So, yeah. The pump is working, and I'm pretty sure it is also working at Starovis. You just have to enable time when you have it. Alright, so let's go and get 20 merino sheepy. Oh, not up there. Oh no, not again. Let me see if I can use the Manitou here to push it a little out. Oh, that was not meant to happen. No. Let's try that again. That might have done it. Let's see. Yeah. So let's empty out the little sheepies if we can. No. For some reason you have to apparently get it in at a slanted angle. So let's try that. Let's see if I can now. Yeah. Let's move them all over. That. Alright, so let's find a place to park this little trailer here. I think I'm going to park it over here. Like this. In here. Because right now, all I need it for is to transport the pigs when we're going to sell them. Alright, so let's get some food for the piggies. Now you can also buy pig food mix if we run dry of food for our piggies. But let's start by giving them some corn. I don't think they need that much. Let's see, was it here? Change that? No, here. Yeah. So probably like that. No, because the feeding trough was here. Let's see. No, they really didn't need that much. Now, one of the things that you need to be aware of, and that is exactly the same. Now, this episode is going to be a bit long, I'm sorry about that. But I want to finish feeding the piggies before I go on to something new in this episode. What was I saying? Yes, one of the things that you need to be aware of with feeding your animals in Seasons 19. Again, my video about taking care of animals. But nevertheless, what you need to be aware of is that your animals will only... You see, they need wheat. Your animals will only... not your animals, your troughs will only hold food for maximum 2 days. So you, at minimum, need to feed your animals every second day. That is mandatory, you cannot do without. But I have found that regarding the straw that you might get from your animals, sorry, not get, but you have to give your animals, you might have to give them that straw every day, because it will run dry. Now, it's not as problematic as the food, because if your animals don't have any straw, apparently they will only not, well, the only thing that is that it won't produce any manure. That's all. Now, for the time being, let's give them canola. For the time being, I think I'm going to make the piggies produce manure, because I need manure for the greenhouses, and I'm pretty sure that manure is more expensive than slurry. Not much, but a little bit. So I think all we need to give them is, well, we need to give the sheepies some hay. Hey. So let's go do that. I think the piggies should have all that they require. Yes, they have all that they need. They only need some straw. And I don't think I have any grass. Let's just check it out. Pretty sure that you don't start with any. Oh, you do. Let's take that. Grass or hay or anything like that. Let's go for hay. So let's go and feed the sheepies. The little sheeps. Let's see how much manure we have in our... Oh, we still have some. Fortunately, I don't think I found a way to see how much water there's in there, and they have gotten... Let's just give them some hay. And they really don't take that much, even though they are 20. Like that. And now those piggies should multiply pretty quickly during a year. And then we should be able to sell them. I think that in my animals video, I got to something around 80 piggies or something like that. Let's just give them, the piggies, some straw, so they can give us some manure. Let's see, straw. And then we are definitely done with this episode here. It's already way too long. Let's see, I think it's somewhere around over here. Let's change the to left. Yep. There we go. All right, so now we have 10 piggies. Yep. We should have at least. Let's go down to the piggies. There we go. Visit. Well, I wouldn't want to stand on top of a pig. Let's see. Yeah, we have 10 piggies. We have room for 450. So, well, at some point they should begin to reproduce. Let's just check out if anything is mentioned. No, next animal in, well, it doesn't say. And we have the sheep pasture with our merino sheeps. They have complete and utter cleanliness, so that's good. They have the water that they need, and they haven't produced any wool forest yet. And then again, our greenhouses here, they will give us a steady income. Yeah. So we're selling melons and what are those called? I can remember. Pumpkins. Pumpkins and melons. Alright. Is there any way to see how much water this holds? No, apparently not. That would have been nice. We had that. And can we pick up shovel? No. And not that also. Alright, I'm just wandering around. I'm going to end this episode right now. I hope that you have enjoyed it as much as I enjoy making them. I really enjoyed this map by Stevie. And you know, as always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to my channel, then hit that little button and hit that little bell, and then you will get notifications whenever I make something new. In the next episode, we're going to finish plowing, and then we're going to plan what we're going to plant. Plan what we can plant. Blah blah blah. Plan what we're going to plan in the future. I think the obvious choice would be, well, wheat, barley, or canola, something like that. And since the piggies seems to take an equal amount of each, we don't have to make our choices from what we need the most. We need all of them in equal amounts, but we do have some stuff that we can start with, and for now the piggies don't take that much. When we get to the point where we have 3 fields, so for instance 1, 2, and 3 here, perhaps 8 up here, then we can start make, well, we can start making some. We have 1 field for each crop that we need. Also, we have a large area here with what I have been told is called giant's grass, because it is free grass supplied by giants. Or in this place, well, I suppose it must be free grass supplied by Stevie. But nevertheless, we can mow the grass here, and then we can make bales of it, make it to hay or something like that. But yeah, let's go out here and watch the boats as I end this episode. It's now run for 45 minutes, so there's one. I wonder if you can swim here. To the other side, you should be able to. Wonder if you can catch up to a boat. Let's try that. Just the last part of this video, we're going to be completely and utterly silly, because we're going to try to see if we can be run over by a boat or come on top of it or something like that. He's a pretty fast swimmer, but he obviously can't jump into the water. That would have been pretty cool. Or maybe we're just going to clip right through the boat. Not sure. Or we're going to die a horrible death. Because it is a pretty big boat. Let's see what happens. Well, we are clipping. Hello. So what have you got in your... Oh, he's pretty fast for that matter. So, alright. We can just clip right through the boat. Can we see the screw? No. Stevie hasn't modeled the ship with a screw. Yeah, it's down there. Oh no, that's the reflection. Alright. Now we got over here. 51, almost 52 hectares. Pretty big. Well, like I said... interesting reflection. No. Like I said, thank you for watching. Hope that you enjoyed it. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.